Disney movies. It's been a part of most, if not all, of our childhoods. It formed the very basics of our memories from back in the day, and it is, well, almost always, for kids. Or is it really? Yes, you may remember all of the cartoons from back in the day, but they're not quite as innocent as you might think they are. Between all the cartoon characters and nostalgic songs we remember every word of to this day, there are some things that are not really G-rated. Like at all. Hercules, Hercules! Herc was one of the movies that was considered part of the golden age of Disney, but it wasn't safe from its own dirty Easter eggs. While Hercules is beating up the River Guardian, a horseshoe falls on the Guardian's head, and it leaves quite the interesting mark. The bump grows into a phallic symbol, with his two eyebrows becoming part of the balls. Blue balls. Yikes. The Guardian also seems to have a very interesting dive routine. If you rewind just a few minutes before he gets a horseshoe dick, he is falling in midair and decides to strike an interesting pose. I give this guy a 6 for the dive and probably a 9 for the landing. Not only that, but Hercules has yet another not-so-G-rated scene. During the song Zero to Hero, one of the singers steps forward and her dress flies up. Well, and there isn't really anything to cover her up down there. Now, of course, there's nothing to be seen, but come on, Disney. Would it kill you to animate some underwear? Now, Disney apparently loves women au naturel, because in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, there seems to be some suggestive curves in Esmeralda's fire dance. In her dance, she seems to be clothed, but there are a few frames where there is a lot of attention to detail around where her boobs and inner thighs should be. Damn horny animators. The Lion King also has a frame-perfect dirty joke, this time when Simba collapses on a cliff and dust flies up. The dust in the air forms the word sex for a very brief moment. This is probably one of the most classic ones that your siblings or older friends told you as a kid, and it is 100% confirmed. The Lion King also has a very suggestive movie poster to go along with their dirty words. In a 2002 re-release poster, there seems to be an image of a lion in the background. But if you look close enough, there seems to be something a bit more suggestive than you can make out. It can be easily interpreted as a woman wearing panties from behind. Another advertising snafu from Disney comes from a Euro Disney VHS tape called Blooded. For this one, Mickey Mouse is holding on to his love Minnie. But the dress she's wearing is a bit, well, phallic. Yep, it looks like a big blue penis. As in, Mickey is holding a blue dick. As in, Mickey has that pointed extremely close to his face. Come on, Euro Disney, you had one job, to be just a little bit better than your American counterpart. Rounding out on our trio of fails for advertising and VHS covers is The Little Mermaid, of course. The original VHS cover has King Triton's palace in the background, and of course, every regal building has to have some spires. One of them though, okay, I'll be blunt here, it's pretty much a dick. Front and center. Come on, Disney, this is way too obvious. Toy Story and its sequels have more dirty jokes than you can count. And no, we're not talking about the one where Andy is having sex. That one is a complete hoax. Instead, here are a few real ones, starting with Buzz getting a bit too excited after Jessie showed him her moves in Toy Story 2. Another all too obvious boner reference comes from Bambi. Yep, the movie where the deer's mom dies. Spoiler alert. Anyways, Flower is quite the ladies' man, but he may want to keep it in his pants more often, as he gets a bit too excited. Take for instance when he gets his first kiss. He puckers up, swells with blood, and then falls back stiff as a board. Yeah, totally not a dick joke there. Cars that nobody wants or ones that run like crap. They wind up succeeding in their evil deeds at one point in the movie and decide to throw a party. A lemon party. Do not Google that if you do not know what it is. This is your final warning. The original Cars also had itself a dirty joke by way of Lightning McQueen's biggest fans. After the first race of the film, these two twin cars show up saying that they love the film's title character. So much so that they put his number on their headlights and show him their stuff by flipping their headlights up. Yep, that, my friends, is flashing to a T. Attaboy, Lightning McQueen. Ka-chow and ka-ching. The newest movie on our tour Do Dirty Disney Frozen is something that you probably can't get out of your head once we start referencing. Anyways, after Anna and Kristoff are talking about her hubby-to-be Hans, Kristoff asks Anna what Hans's foot size is. And without skipping a beat, Anna says foot size doesn't matter. Well, I guess she knows about that big feet myth being a bust.
Oh yeah? What's his last name?
Of the Southern Isles.
What's his favorite food?
Sandwiches.
Best friend's name?
Probably John.
Eye color.
Dreamy.
Foot size?
Foot size doesn't matter.
Prince Ali, also known as Aladdin, also had a sequel known as Aladdin Prince of Thieves, because if they tried to fit all of the Arabian Nights into one film, we would have a long movie. During one of the scenes where there is an earthquake, Genie, played by one of the greatest comedians of all time, Robin Williams, drops this gem.
I thought the Earth wasn't supposed to move until the honeymoon.
And finally, we round things out by taking a closer look at the actual Little Mermaid movie. During the wedding scene between Ariel and Prince Eric, the pastor seems to be sporting a half chub while reading from the holy book. And seriously, why is he getting a hard-on from marrying two people? Disney said that it was just his knee poking out. But you be the judge of this not-so-obvious R-rated Disney Easter egg. At number 15, in one of the Looney Tunes blooper reels shown after the Second World War, Porky Pig was shown saying "son of a bitch" in a scene with an incident with a hammer.
Son of a gun. You thought I was going to say son of a bitch, didn't you?
Interesting choice of words for the plucky pig. And it's only the start of this list. At number 14, in The Rescuers, an image of a nude woman can clearly be seen in the background of a scene where Bernard and Bianca are flying on Orville. Now, it was meant to be cropped out when the film was fit for cinematic release, but you can still catch a glimpse of it. Now, admittedly, at number 13, there's no particular evidence for this, but there have been many rumors that the producers of The Raccoons had a secret stash of pornography involving animated characters somewhere in the studio. Well, now that would have made for a really interesting episode. Number 12 gives us the fondly remembered Romance of Betty Boop from 1985. As Betty's getting changed from her pink outfit, the animator actually drew a nipple which was visible while she was changing. Now, this was only seen on the original scene, but if you're curious, that scene has been posted online. Coming in at number 11, we've got Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Now, this one was heavily edited to make it more child-friendly through the removal of scenes such as Baby Herman poking a woman from beneath her dress, Betty Boop releasing her breasts in one scene, and also Jessica Rabbit showing a little bit of underwear. However, the lighting in that particular scene made it look like she wasn't wearing anything. At number 10, in the making of The Little Mermaid, sketches were released by animator Dan Haskett appearing to show the main character Ariel nude. Now, of course, this is potentially a reference to the scene in which Ariel gets her legs. Otherwise, I'm not too sure what it has to do with a child's movie. At number 9, the Ren and Stimpy show of 1991 already contained a number of adult scenes despite the fact that it was shown on a children's-based network. For example, in one episode, Ren is clearly seen washing a woman's breasts in the bath, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. The Rugrats were a well-known kids' TV program that was extremely popular in the 90s. Well, animator Steve Russell once released a storyboard which included a pedophile character named Stu Pickles. Now, of course, this aspect was never actually included in the show, as it was just something silly the animators took part in whenever they were sick of seriously working on the show. In one frame, Stu is actually seen releasing his penis and shouting "Balls of Thunder." Coming in infamously at number 7, we have Dexter's Laboratory. In 1998, an episode aired called The Rude Removal, where Dexter and Dee Dee split into both polite and rude halves. In one scene, Dexter is actually seen baring his bum to the audience. And most of the rest of the episode is filled to the brim with profanity-laden censor bleeps.
That angel behind me is my charming sister Dee Dee. Charmed. Off. Oh dear.
At number 7, Tom Kenny basically admitted he took the voice of SpongeBob from a foul-mouthed and angry dwarf who had been auditioning for the part of an elf in a Christmas commercial he once attended.
Ticked off little person in an elf outfit you've ever seen.
So, this is the only, if it wasn't for the Christmas shit, I wouldn't fucking work. This is the only time of the year that I fucking work. It pisses me off. It's like, I'm glad to have it, knock on wood, but motherfucker, it's like...
And I was just like, wow. And I told Steve Hillenburg that story. Years go by.
Down to number 5. The Kitty Bobo Show was first planned on a storyboard by creators Kevin Callender and Megan Dunn. It was submitted to both Disney and Cartoon Network without any success. Well, it's really no wonder why when one of the scenes shows the female character Maggie having her period and another shows Bobo offering her drugs. Moving on to number 4, Looney Tunes makes another appearance, but this time a lot further forward in time. This one takes place in 2011. The storyboard artist this time drew 2 squirrel-like characters, one male and one female, with the male being offered Viagra pills by the female, suggesting a possible sexual encounter perhaps. In third place, we have the 2013 DreamWorks production, The Croods. And in another case of animator mischief, one of the main producers manages to sketch the main protagonist Eep lying naked on the back of what looks like a giant rabbit-like creature. Now at number 2, nobody really knows the full details behind this specific creation in the 1996 TV show Muppets Tonight, but someone managed to take the time to build a puppet of character Spamela Hamderson, with of course the added bonuses of private parts being included. Well, talk about having a favorite character. And at the tip top of the tree for the weird and wonderful scenes of children's cartoons is potentially a clear referencing to the KKK in none other than the Smurfs. Yeah, now I admit it might be reaching, but all Smurfs are seen wearing white hats resembling the KKK hoods. However, the Papa Smurf is seen wearing a red hood, with a clear reference to the Grand Wizard of the KKK. They're also under threat constantly from Gargamel, who's often portrayed to be Jewish and seen negatively in the cartoon. Horrifying illusion or just terrible coincidence? We'll leave that to you to decide. Anyways, that's it. Those have been 15 wonderful and horrifying secrets within children's cartoons. If you've got some dirty cartoon secrets of your own, be sure to let us know in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching. I am the Black Link, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.